You've taken your top manifold filter apart and you're wondering how to put it back together. I'll show you how to put it back together. You should have 7 full-size grids and 1 partial grid like this one here. And most of the bottom manifolds, both will actually hold the rods in place. This one here is a really old one, so they're not really staying in place, so it's just going to make it more difficult to put together. This filter, the rods, either 1 or 2 depending on your filter type, go through there. And the top manifold and the bottom manifold should line up like this with this part where the pipe goes and the opening here. In the newer bottom manifolds, they have a mark for the grids. It's like a little circle area. This is an older one, doesn't have that. One way you can build this also is upside down. You take the top manifold and put it down like this. That's where the partial grid goes. It's the first one you want to put in. This one here after it. And this one here. So it should look something like that as you're building it. I'm going to put this one here. If you do this correctly, you should have space right around that opening that I talked about earlier. I'm going to go right here like that. Notice the notches there, and you notice the notches on the grids here, and they fit right in there. This one will go here like that. This last one should fit right here. Actually, I had the partial grid in the wrong spot. The partial grid goes right here. So the partial grid goes there, and another full grid goes here. My bad, I was building it the wrong direction. And when you get to this portion of it, partial grid goes here right up against the top manifold that goes on the stem. And so it should look something like this here in a circular pattern. Now I'll get the bottom manifold on here. You have the top manifold that goes on the stem pipe, and you have the bottom manifold, and you want this part right there lined up with that. The bolts right here into the top manifold. Now I'm going to readjust the bottom manifold so that it fits on there snug. You can see right here, this part is a little bit off. So I'm going to get all these to kind of go up against the grids, that way the manifold will go on correctly. So I'm going to separate these a little bit, realign it. Looks good. So let me work this around here and get it to set in there good. Okay, you can see that took a while, but I have the bottom manifold lined up with the grids here. They're all in there snug. And I have this line here lined up with that pipe so that I can put it on when I take it back to the account. The part where it's good to have 2 people to help you, but I think I can do this. You want to turn it a little bit on the side now. Both bolts on there. That's the easiest way to build one of these top manifold filters if you took it out of the filter already. So turn it upside down and build it the other direction. Align this grid here. You may need a pair of channel locks also. Used to me holding it in my hand. I have the channel locks on here, and I'm going to go ahead and use that in this problem. So I have the channel locks holding it while I do this. Tighten the other side up a little bit. Stay even. You also want to make sure the bottom nuts are on there good. You just want to inspect top manifold and the grids and make sure none of the white showing here. The grids are snug up against the top manifold. This one's good. This one's on good and tight. And that's how you put together a top manifold filter if you take it apart. And don't do it the easy way like I show you by doing it in the tank. Let me go ahead and lube up the stem O-ring. I just changed that one also. And the tank O-ring here. I'll get everything back together. See everything's good. If you build everything correctly, you should be able to slide the filter grids down the top manifold over that pipe there. It should slide right in there with no obstruction. That's a quick look at a more difficult way to rebuild top manifold filter.